We're at Miller, Western Sydney. Community engagement is where the tenants come together to engage with each other to build community.
My name's Darren and I work for the Royal Botanic Gardens. We partner with Wesley Mission. They made contact with us. The program that I'm involved in is called Community Greening, and we promote the health benefits of gardening and horticultural therapy.
Well, food is connection. Food is where families come together, where friends come together, and that's where communities start. And it's a much more casual situation to, have the chats that you need to, and you connect over food.
Okay, you ready? You might want a little napkin under that. We're all part of the engagement team, and part of my responsibility is cooking the barbecue. I'm going to cook up around 50 sausages today. They usually come back for seconds, thirds. It all depends how well I cook it. As you can see, that one, it's a little bit too well done, but believe it or not, some people like it like that. What I do at Wesley Mission is property manage. Property is owned by Land and Housing. We also do look after some of the SDA properties for Wesley Mission. Primary role is to maintain, upgrade, and make sure that we do repairs when required. Just basically keep the buildings in good order and in working order. We came across a tender which was being offered by Land and Housing, and we put a submission in. We won at least 3/4 of it. It's all about upgrading the units, and some of those upgrades involve renovations of kitchens, new flooring, new paints, new electrical items. Renovations are important is because our tenants living here, because they live here for quite a while, their kitchens have grown old. This was the best opportunity to do the whole complex in one big hit, especially when we've got the funds behind us. Basically, what it says to our tenants is that we do care, we are listening. We're listening very carefully to understand what they want and what they need.
Onion, please.
Onions.
Thank you.
Okay.
Days like today where we get people together around meal, around food, around company are critical. It's about establishing community and connection with each other but also with our team so that we are able to better serve and to empower people to live the life that they deserve, they richly deserve.
So we have lots of properties from Newcastle all over Sydney, and there's very different stories for each person that comes. And nobody is a number, everybody is a person to us, and we care about each of their stories. A lot of people think the only tenants that come to live at Wesley Community Housing have been on drugs or had problems with drinking, but a lot of the guys here have just been through unfortunate circumstances, and it can happen to anyone. You can fall into homelessness. You don't have to have bad choices for things to happen for you to become homeless.
Across the board, I'd say the singles are probably more likely to reach out and say, I'm struggling, whereas I think the families are a bit more head in their sand. We will house anyone from 16 all the way through to 100 if they need housing, and that they can sustain a tenancy with support or without support.
So we're just going to put some mulch on the gardens just to beautify the gardens and tidies it up. So in between what we're doing with the table, maybe a little bit of planting, we'll look at a few areas in the garden that need sprucing up, and we'll put a bit of mulch around just to tidy it up. We'll just put the last of this on.
Yeah, you throw it down and we'll give me the bag, right?
I work with a lot of people with Wesley Mission, and the thing that really stands out for me are the stories. Everyone's got a story. You could write a book, you could write a bestseller.
Easy.
Sometimes I feel as though I've got more from the activity than they have, because just hearing their stories and sharing what they've been through in their life, it's pretty special.
It's been an interesting life, but I won't go into any detail about it.
Give me a chair, George.
It's, I'm still affected by what my past was in many ways, but because I've got a stable environment, I'm able to deal with that in what I perceive as a lot of positive ways.
Just about.
I think that's got it.
All right, well done. Good job, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Smells great. What can I say?
On, do we?
Oh yeah, it's better. Okay, maybe down here.
So this garden we put in, oh, it was probably 3 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the first time we put it in, we planted a whole heap of herbs and different annuals, like some lettuce and some spinach and a few other bits and pieces. Pretty much now ready to pick.
Smell it.
Yep, beautiful, ready to go.
Right, now we have over here some lettuce. I'm going to take the whole top off then. I'm going to be a bit rough on it today.
We've got some parsley over the back. Maybe we can put some parsley in the
We've got a little bit of parsley
in the wrap.
coming up. It's a luxury that I've never had before in this life, being able to walk outside the door, take about 20 steps and pick a bit of lettuce for lunch. Now there's several different varieties of lettuce in here. You might be able to see some of the difference in them.
Yeah, we've got
Right, that's a lettuce too, as is this.
I got this chilies, hey.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at that, bro.
Are these yours?
Yeah, the Mexican style.
Oh no, they're hot, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. These chilies were planted about 3 months ago down Ashcroft, Harrison Street.
George loves his chili, so he's the go-to person. Anything about chilies, George knows.
I'm from
And he's
Mexico.
also our taste
I'm
tester.
from Mexico, Mexicano.
Yeah.
So what do they like, George?
They're very hot.
But he loves them hot.
Yeah. I'm tempted.
Yeah. They're hot.
With the garden, caring for that, growing the chilies, sharing that with each other, the sharing of themselves is like an opening up of who they are, and that makes them feel like they trust us to open up and share with what's going on in their lives. Brad's coming with some wonderful things from the garden.
We have some basil.
Basil?
Be very
Oops,
careful
sorry.
of the chili.
Oh, chili. Yeah.
Yes, they're George's.
How hot's this chili?
How hot can anything be? That's how hot that chili is. We got some lettuce, and that's about it. I grabbed a few small leaves of spinach too, which might go nice.
Spinach, that would be nice. We've got a grant for healthy well-being for mental health, and part of mental health is eating healthy food so that your mental health can be stable. And we find that people that eat a lot of junk food, their mental health tends to be a little bit more unstable, but tenants that eat a healthy diet and do regular exercise tend to have better mental health. A lot of people have food from different cultures, so it's also nice to show them what we eat here in Australia. We like to do at my home is do ham, slice of cheese. The guys love the red onion here. So we're going to use a little bit of the lettuce from the garden. Part of life skills is learning how to eat healthily. They can help each other. So if somebody's struggling, they're not feeling well, they're sick, then they can make a sandwich or use those life skills to help their neighbour. I think it's important for us to see that every block is different, every person is different, and the way that we help each different block is going to be different from the next.
How many drills you got?
Your one.
We're just putting the slats on this table, ones that they painted this morning. I served my time as a carpenter and joiner many years ago. Worked all the big projects. Stopped work at about, I was 66, I was still working. And then the labour hire company said, I'll put it right on the end there so you can knock it down. That's it. Hold it there, give me a couple of screws. Just put a screw,
With your
spacer.
head. With your head.
And I've been doing this for quite some time too, I think. How many years now, George? 5 years. Making up all the planter stands in different places. It's something that everyone can participate in. It's not just one person or whatever. Everyone can come out and do it if they want to. Nobody's left out.
Friendship, trust and community. Since we've been coming to the Miller property, doing barbecues and community engagement, There's been a lot of trust with the clients, each other.
How's that? Oh yeah. Oh, it's got this in it.
We're made for connection. We're made for connection with one another, obviously connection with God as well. And days like today just reinforce that, provide opportunity for that. For people who might find it easy to stay in behind their door, it gives them the reason to come out beyond their door and to connect with others. And I think that's critical for mental health. I think it's critical for well-being. I think it's critical to have that hope for the future.
Most of these guys here live by themselves, and it's really lovely to be able to sit at a table and connect like a family. So that's what I love, bringing the family back to the table and connecting each other in the community with each other.
If you are a helping hand or would like to see a helping hand from your local community featured on this program, visit our website and be in touch. We'd love to hear about the people and organisations across Australia who are making the world a better place.
To find out more about the wonderful work of Wesley Mission and the many other helping hands across Australia, visit our website and follow the links. Also, follow us on social and let us know about the helping hands in your local community.